Hello everyone, my name is p3.Rodriguez and I'm part of the History of Humans at Work group. As you may know, I guess I'm the only one that showed up, the one that had cojones. Alright, so a couple of weeks ago I was heading to the Marine Corps recruiting station, and there they had a poster. It was a big poster like this one, and it said, "I want you to enlist for the United States Marine Corps." As I saw that poster, it got to me. Like, I had to join. So as soon as I passed by, I went to talk to the recruiter, and I noticed that it wasn't as easy as I thought. As I learned from him, I noticed that there are some necessary steps in order to enlist. Those necessary steps are the requirements. You need some requirements to join. After the requirements, they're taken to the military entrance, which is called MAPS. After that, they're basically ready for re-enlistment. Alright, so as I was talking to the recruiter, his name is Sergeant Ballard. He's been on the field for 7 years, and he told me that the basic requirements for this is you have to be a U.S. citizen or a legal resident. Based on my source by Rod Powers, he made a website called usmilitary.com. And the website, it explained that he needs that I need to bring my birth certificate, my passport, my social security in order to get my enlistment started. As to get started, I also need to fill up this form. It's called the DUI form, based on the source. After I get my my U.S. citizenship proof, what's next? It's called Sorry, messed up here. After that, I have to bring proof of my education, which means that I must possess a high school diploma or 15 college credits. As my source says by Rod Powers, the Marines only accept 5% of candidates with a GED. That's only 5%. The entire thing is made up of 90%, which is basically 90% of the enlistees. They have either a high school diploma or an associate's degree. Right after that, he told me my age. He told me what's my age. Since I told him that I was 18 years old, he says that I'm eligible to enlist right away. The minimum requirement is 17 with parents' approval, and the maximum is 29. But he also told me that you could also be 32 years old, but you have to have prior service, which means that you at least had to be in ROTC or in some other in training, like police academy, things like that. Right after you get your documentation done, they take you to a military entrance processing station. Based on my source, there are about 65 locations across the states. The nearest one is right here in Brooklyn, and it's a really long process to get started. Really long process. The most important things when you get there, you have to take a written test. The written test is called the ASVAB, and it's made up of basic math, word knowledge, and reading comprehension. The passing score is a 31, and of course the failing score is a 30. At least 1 out of 4 of the recruits, they failed the test, and the rest, they passed it with a score of the average of 60, 75, which could get them a good job there. Right after they complete their test, they go through a physical physical test, which the doctors check for any skin diseases, check your ears. They basically check your whole body. Based on my source, by Rod Powers, they ask you questions such as your health issues, your criminal record, questions that could get you disqualified. And right after everything is clear, right after you met all the requirements and you passed through MAPS, that's when you're ready for pre-enlisting. When you're ready for pre-enlisting, it means that you're talking to another recruiter, and he basically goes over the job you qualify for based on the score you receive on the ASVAB test. And if you receive a good score, technically means you're going to have a good job. You're not going to end up in war. You're not going to end up in infantry, not cleaning, you know. And after he go over the jobs you qualify for, they go through an initial test strength. Basically, they test your strength. For the males.
All right, I'm gonna have to. You have to. This is going on to 7 minutes now.
Oh.
I asked for 4 minutes, so if you can get your conclusion, please.
For the males, they have to complete 3 pull-ups and 35 crunches. That's the minimum. Females, no crunches. Females, no pull-ups, just crunches. And right after my recruiter told me all of that, I basically told myself that I have to join, even though it's a big process. And long story short, since I have to end this, I went to recruit training. I went to the military processing station 4 weeks ago, and I have to say that it's a really big thing to go there. It's really depressing, as you guys may know. And that is it. That's the basically requirements to enlist for the Marine Corps. Thank you.
Thank you. So you did enlist?
Yeah.
Okay, and you've been accepted. You've been.
I have to do my oath.
Okay. All right. Okay. Good luck with that.
Because I basically talked about the steps I went through.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to move on because we really need to have people keep their speeches to 4 minutes, which means you've got to rehearse the speech. You've got to try the speech out 3 times and make sure you've got it in within 4 minutes, because especially next week I'm going to stop people at 4 minutes to get people to to go. Dalfrey, you need to work on organization.
Yeah.
I had no idea what the main points were. On the very basic level, I need to know that you've broken up your speech into 2 or 3 main points and what they are. That's at the very basic level. And I didn't know what the main points were. And so all the project was to kind of get an outline together so we have main point 1, main point 2, maybe main point 3.
Yeah,
and I had no idea what those were. Okay, so we need to work on that for next time.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll move on to our next group. We'll have to just go up one at a time. You can decide what order you want to go in, or I can call you. Either way. So we're going to the social media group. Anyone from that group wants to present? Okay, then we'll go to the criminal justice 2 group. You can present whatever order, or I'll just call you up.
I'll go first.
Okay, thank you. Make sure that to put your name on the tape. Okay.